Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gents. Have I got a doozy for you? It would appear Star Trek is maybe dead, done. It's all fallen apart. Now, I take neither delight or revelry in revealing this rumour to you all, and you've probably seen it on some other channels anyway, but I want to cover it, and I want to dive in and I want to get your thoughts, obviously, on my platform here, Squeaky Chair. I hope you're all well. Let's get into it. So the new rumour spells trouble for CBS's Star Trek projects, including Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks. Now, this is not a massive surprise. I'm sure it won't come as a huge surprise to anyone, namely because they, when a studio is very rampant with copyright abuse, copyright claim, abuse like that, normally it spells trouble. Like, they aren't happy with the product, they don't want people to see it early, they want people to only see it when it's released, so on and so forth. And a whole bunch of trailers with copyright claimed, even stuff which they had revealed themselves, they were clamping down on, they didn't want anyone to react to it. And it's hardly a surprise either. I mean, you only have to look at Picard, right? Picard's not exactly doing wonders, is it? Let's be honest. So let's dive into this, shall we? Like I said at the start, hope you're all very, very well. It's been a busy day for me. Sorry, I'm only just getting to these things. So, look, Star Trek appears to be floundering. This report is actually down below in the description box, so please do go and check it out. And this is all according, because of CBS, right? A new set of rumours have come out, and they've detailed how various projects related to the franchise have been performing below expectations or outright cancelled. Not a surprise. Their numbers that they've been quoting were weird and sort of fiddled with. According to the rumours, which were posted to 4chan, I know a lot of people will then tune out, but please don't, please bear with me, by an anonymous user, the upcoming Captain Pike-led series Star Trek Strange New Worlds has already been cancelled internally at CBS due to lack of interest from licensees and investor funding. Now, I don't know whether I believe that, and the reason being is because they've announced it. They have already announced it. So I would imagine they've probably already had the licensees and the funding and things like that underway. But I could be wrong. I just am not overly sure whether I believe that or not. I can believe that it would be cancelled, but after announcement, maybe. We'll see. And it continues further. It says this rumoured cancellation would contradict the mentions of the show made during the recently held SDCC at Home Star Trek panel. Side note, that SDCC at Home was, what a joke that was. Oh my god. It goes to show that people just want to be there, don't they? They want to be in cosplay, they want to be around people. That was a joke. What they had at SDCC at Home was just bad. It wasn't worth checking out. Anyway, the anonymous poster does clarify that the 10 broken stories that were mentioned at the Star Trek SDCC panel were literally just titles and log lines. Makes sense, I guess. If this supposed fate of Star Trek Strange New Worlds is to be believed, it would mean that simple titles have been the only material produced for a show that is being actively hyped up to the fan base. If that is the case, and I can believe it, and I know a lot of people will go, why would they do that? Or like, oh, I don't believe it. It's like, yeah, but look at the product they've already put out. They don't have a lot of thought in the product that they put out anyway. So, bearing in mind, remember, like Picard, numerous instances of no thought in that show at all. Now, given the show such as Star Trek Discovery and Picard have been wildly expensive to shoot, well, I don't understand how either. Where did the money go? With Discovery Season 1 coming in at an estimated $8 million. $8 million per episode. $8 million per episode. Where is the money going? Anyway, the rumoured lack of investor funding may have some weight to it. Now, I can believe that, but $8 million? An episode? Nearly a movie just for a season. Like $100+ million. That's insane. Now, the struggles of finding partners willing to license their new Star Trek shows faced by CBS over the last 2 years were detailed in a video by Midnight's Edge, friend of the channel. I'll leave their video link down below if I remember. According to their sources, Netflix opted out of distributing the series within the US due to being unhappy with Discovery's cost and viewership. I can believe that. The sheer hubris, I guess. This same source also told Midnight Sage that Amazon paid much less than Netflix for Picard, which meant that more of the burden to finance the show was left on the shoulders of the studio. Normally they're like co-finance, you know, distributors and production studios finance together. It's how these shows can be made. But that's just a ridiculous sum of money anyway. I don't understand how they're doing that. Doesn't make any sense. Why? Now, in April, CBS Viacom reported that the company had been losing money since the third quarter of 2019, when the two companies successfully completed a merger. This is worrisome, because if this rumour is indeed true, it would indicate that the studio is running out of resources, promising fans more than they'll be able to deliver, and has exhausted the list of buyers and licensees the studio was relying on to finance new productions. I don't understand how they were running out of money. How are you losing money? Movies, Viacom? That part like TriStar and all that. How are you losing money? I don't understand. You do streaming stuff now. How are you running out? What? Whatever. Anyway, another aspect discussed in the rumour is that nobody is buying anything made under Bad Robot's banner, indicating fans have little love for Bad Robot's series direction. This lack of enthusiasm translates to loss of revenue from merchandising. Merchandise is normally the clincher on these deals. It's one of the reasons why I keep saying that the Monsterverse is doing well, because toys, comics, games, t-shirts, everything's always sold out. People love it. So yeah, I can believe that who's buying Star Trek merch? Like basically no one. Monsterverse merch, lots of people. So I can believe this, you know. No, who is buying Bad Robot's crap? No one. Side note: I have my own Godzilla vs Kong t-shirts under the video. So anyway, it continues and says that the recent announcement of 23 weeks of new Star Trek schedule being followed by CBS, which will see a new episode of a Star Trek show released every week for the titular 23 weeks, took fans by surprise. But none were more surprised than members of the Star Trek team, as the rumour claims the 23 weeks of Star Trek and release date of STD-S3 announced by CBS came as a surprise to the post-production team. They're probably just shitting themselves. Furthermore, the rumours could claim that CBS wasn't even finished. It seems the mid-season break is what producers are placing their bets on, as the rumour goes on to say they're nowhere close to finishing the last half of the season due to constant changes from producers trying to transform the mess of a plotline into a coherent way to end the series. The alleged leaker also emphasises that yes, it's the end of the series, Drekkie mourns. Now, the rumours of chaos within the franchise were also, again, all to do with other projects as well. What ones? Well, Star Trek Lower Decks, which looked garbage, FYI. The rumour also claims that the newly released animated series Star Trek Lower Decks, which is only released in the States, apparently it wasn't a hit with test audiences. Lower Decks has received the lowest test screening rating of any TV show in the history of CBS. Why would you go through with it then? I'm not sure whether I believe that, but still. But that is also why CBS took so long to reveal it. They were embarrassed. But then, it's animated, just go back and redo it. I'm not sure whether I believe that one, to be fair. Now, the anonymous poster goes on to further explain that if Kurtzman hadn't pushed for it, it's likely that before its premiere, we wouldn't have seen anything at all. Makes sense? Turning to Star Trek Picard, the rumours indicate that despite Patrick Stewart's praising Star Trek Picard as a reaction to Trump and Brexit, that the seasoned actor is not all that happy at the prospect of returning for another season. Hence why they probably built the fact that he could just swap out. Who cares? It makes perfect sense. Yeah, I mean, whatever. What do you think of this? You know, Stewart told the Ready Room with host Will Wheaton, I had some encouraging news only yesterday, basically saying that he was happy to go back and things like that. I don't know about this. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comment section. I mean, look, this is all, you know, rumour and conjecture at this point in time. Lots of rumours, lots of people just talking about it, but I hand it on over to you. What do you think? I think there's definitely some validity here. Star Trek, the thing is, like, when we talk about Star Trek leaks up to Picard, people were like, no, it's going to be amazing. Then it came out and people were like, no, it's actually garbage. So you start to see some validity and legitimacy behind some of the leaks and rumours. But I hand it on over to you. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. If you are new here, please do hit subscribe. Please do give the video a like. It really does help the channel out. YouTube has been demonetizing all of my videos, sadly. My Gina Carano one, demonetized because I spoke about Nazis. I wasn't praising them, but apparently it's deemed offensive. It could offend a marginalised group. The only thing it could offend was Nazis. Why are you defending Nazis, YouTube? What the fuck? Anyway, I've got Patreon down below and Teespring if you want to support the channel. I've Mr. H. Take care.